Namaskar. Good morning, children. And namaskar for the parent and the grandparents. And of all the number of days, even the worst is getting over. And I was just hearing from one of the top specialists who is an advisor to India's government for human excellence. And he was telling me that as per their forecast, by April, everything should get over, and it's just another month. Maybe I am praying with you all that we join up faster, maybe by middle of March. And let's say, worst come worst, it should be about a month or so. During this time, children, dear parents and the grandparents, with your support and the wisdom, our children are totally different today. And you'll notice how different they are. This COVID-19 scenario, in addition to this locking down, which was not good, but it has got some good effect also. Notice the family has got together. Earlier, mommy, daddy, everybody were too busy, and there was this scattering, and yet they did a wonderful job. And at Victoria's kids and the parent and children were doing very well. But now what has happened is there are hidden talents in mama, in papa, in the children. They're all coming out and blossoming beautifully. I'm having today more than 95, 96 articles written in Times of India, meaning from 29th of January 2020 was the first article written. And I'm amazed that you all are doing this. Look at the results of our children. How powerfully, beautifully. We in our time, nobody in our time told us, neither the teacher nor my very loving parents, etc., that you could be a state topper, you could be an India topper, you could be a world topper. We were told in cricket and badminton and in soccer or tennis, we were told in sports, etc. But overall, everything that includes sports, that includes writing and reading and speaking and talking and academics and performance, which includes mathematics and physics and chemistry and computer science today and design technology and robotics and the Vedic math and the foreign languages, everything. So today's learning, our children, you are no longer the people as your parents, as your grandparents, as me, as our teacher, we were. You, children, are different than we were in our school days. Now towards which, some secrets I want to share with you. How do we make that very successful? Excellence. World topper is excellent, and you are that. Only thing what has happened is, for some reason you and I have forgotten. And my request, children, in case parents have not heard my exchange with you right now, and parents, in case children haven't heard, my request, please discuss among yourself over the dining table, over tea, coffee time, over a driving time, before sleeping, read a little bit together. Do that. To do what? To bring about an understanding. What is happening is, we have grown up, the entire mass of population in the world, particularly in our country, learning to work hard. Success comes in working hard. Working hard is kind of a little mechanical. What I'm talking about is getting focus. Vivekananda was asked in New York that we need an emblem for the work that you're doing. And on the back of an envelope, he just took, must be 5-10 minutes, to draw out, and in which predominant signal was a cobra snake with its hood flayed out and the body encircling the whole thing, which had water for knowledge, sunshine for the purity, and a beautiful swan which knows to discriminate what is good, what is bad. In which, but I am paying attention to only on the cobra, called the focusing. Notice what the cobra specializes in. Before it strikes, children, you would know that the cobra will attack a rat or a rabbit or a frog. It hoots out by focusing totally onto the prey, onto the mouse or the rabbit or the frog. And it holds on to that for a long time. Focus, concentration. And it's single pointed. So this is actually talked about by, if you like to read a book called R-A-P-T, rapt attention, concentration. I'm sharing with you one more book, is by Daniel Goleman, in focusing. So learning to focus, what happens is, focusing, rapt attention is a mind function. And that mind function gets, remember this signpost I keep taking about, this is the mind, gets the attention from the consciousness. This consciousness gives the light by itself. The mind cannot do anything. Like, example, understand, if I am unconscious or if I am in deep sleep, meaning my consciousness is in deep sleep state. Consciousness is there, because of which when I wake up, I say I had a very good sleep. Or if I am in coma, my consciousness is very little. And if I am dead, it is zero. Unconscious, little better than coma. Conscious but deep sleep, little better. And if I can, in my awakened state, focus through the consciousness to the mind, your learning potential will be fantastic. Whatever you study, whatever you have fun with, whatever you play with, whatever you talk, will be 100%. And that's what it means, 100%, 56 out of 56 in MRP5, world topper, or in DP, 45 out of 45. But it is not just children parent, it is not just during the examination time. Everything that we do today. Have you noticed some children sometimes they study like this? They are like that same snake, they unconsciously do that. Whatever we do, smallest thing, maybe sweeping, maybe doing a vacuum machine, maybe doing a little reading, maybe cooking, fun cooking, or regular cooking. Whatever you're doing, do it with rapt concentration and attention. There's a gentleman, I have heard this story. He was reading a book and his friend walked in and said, "What are you reading?" The gentleman who was lying down and reading didn't answer. The gentleman who walked in, he saw that he's lying down but he's not sleeping, he's reading. So he touched his toe, big toe, because the gentleman who was lying down and reading was much senior to the person who walked in. He said again, "What are you reading?" Even he didn't answer. She came next to him to pick up the book to see what is he reading. As he picked up the book, the gentleman who was lying down and reading, he did like this. Imagine the amount of concentration, attention he had while reading. startled. It happens to you and me also sometimes. But what we have to do to increase this focus, attention, is to do it every moment in everything that we do. Even while trying to do a typing in the WhatsApp or a social media, or writing, or reading, or doing whatever chores, particularly working parents in your professional field, grandparents in your interaction time, children, whatever we do, pay 100% attention. In this, I want you to realize we are generally trying to work with our body and mind. But in the journey, I have been talking to you all again and again. I have a beautiful letter from a senior IB World Manager, Suman Sethi, has sent me a request. Before, in the last evaluation time, I'd spoken to them the work that we're doing, and she's just written that you must talk about this because your children are totally different children. You, parent your kids. IB is complimenting for the work that you're doing and saying, you must tell the world because this is helping creating better children. And do you know why? Because I'm not talking about only focusing and concentration of the mind. I'm talking about the consciousness which unfortunately you and I have forgotten and become unconscious of our consciousness. And if you're not conscious, you cannot hear me, you cannot see me, you cannot eat, you cannot sleep, you cannot do anything. Unconsciously lie down, yes you can. But no activity can be unless you utilize the 100% consciousness. So towards which, generally speaking today, all of us are upset with the world. Why is the world like this? Why is it that I have to suffer? We never say, why is it I have to enjoy? Why is it I have so much? We never complain with why I have so much of such a beautiful mommy and daddy, or my beautiful wife or a handsome husband. Why do I have such beautiful whatever? We never complain of having good things. We complain about having bad things. And we say, why does God have to create a world like this? Isn't it? Now, as for theistic religion, where we say there is God, that really in most religion, excepting few like Buddhism, Jainism, etc., we say it is God who has created the religion. God has created this universe, this world. God has created people like you and me. Now, in Advaita Vedanta, we say this consciousness is called Ishvara, is God. This consciousness alone. Where is this consciousness? Everywhere. We say now in theistic religion that God is everywhere. God is in everything, in every living being, non-living creature. There is nothing where there is no God. In theistic religion. Same thing as Advaita is saying. That Ishvara, Taittiriya Upanishad, Ishvara, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman is everywhere. That Ishvara is consciousness. That consciousness is in Ishvara, that supreme consciousness of the universe, also in you and me and everything else. So the word that I'm taking into is called Ishvara Srishti or Brahman. Brahman is the name given to God as per Advaita Vedanta. Not Krishna or Allah or Christ or God or Divine Mother. It says one name, Brahman. Like we call Jal, Pani, Tani, water, you in French, everything is water, one water. So one Brahman, everything, as per Advaita. This is as per Advaita. I want you to know about everything. And this is about Advaita Vedanta, which IB is also wanting to know a lot. And that's why they're inviting us to give a talk to the World Conference. It's supposed to be middle of March in the conference. Let us see what happens. If we are supposed to share, we will share. Now, so there is Brahman Shrishti or Ishvara Shrishti and Jiva Shrishti. Jiva is people like you and me. Is as per another Advaita Vedanta called Swaguna Brahman, which is got Brahman with Gunas. Gunas is God, Krishna, etc. Don't get confused about all that. Just know as per that they say, what is this? One is universe. But where is this joy, suffering, amazement, amazing, I love this, I don't love it, I like it, I hate it. Where is it coming from? It's from Jiva Shrishti. How does it happen? It happens because we create a world around us by our likes and dislikes, by our mind. Now, in this journey, what is happening is this whole universe is there for everyone. So why is it that some of us are very lucky and some of us are not lucky? Some of us get everything brilliant, excess, very nice, good. Some of us are getting bad. The guy who's suffering from some sickness or disease, or no money or no job, or not remembering anything, studying, not understanding, and some people are doing everything. It is because of the choices that we make, and that is called Jiva Shrishti, with the mind that we are doing, in which we make up our choices. Now, what is with the enlightenment, like Buddha, Nirvana, Jesus Christ, Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak Ji, or any great Muhammad, etc., great prophets, they have come with them. They have no personal likes and dislikes. To them, everybody is good. But you and I have, I hate that boy, I love that girl, I don't like this, I like that, likes and dislikes. Why is it? So the difference is not because they have become enlightened. And what happens because they have enlightened? They go beyond this personal Jiva Shrishti. What is this Jiva Shrishti? We make our own little world around us with our mind, with our choices. And I want you to be careful. And if you make your choices, focus mind and attention, there is nothing that you as a parent, grandparent, children, teacher, that you can't do. This is given in the message of Advaita Vedanta, and Vidyaranna, about 1200 years ago, is written it down in Panchadashi, meaning 15 chapters of writing on Advaita Vedanta. Very small, but very powerful. In which he's saying, let us say, that time he talked about giving gifts. Today when we give gifts, let's say with iPhone 12 or Samsung Note 20 Ultra. Let's say I have by this iPhone 12 craziness. Supposing I managed to save money and I buy it, or I got it as a gift, I feel so happy and elated. I am very happy because I got that. Supposing somebody who didn't get it also was wanting it. He is very unhappy, very sad, and he's cursing. Why does the world have to be with me like this? In which I am creating a world around me, likes and strong dislikes. Whereas, as per Vedanta, the great masters who loves everyone, who sees supreme potential in every child, every parent, every adult, for that everybody say. Why? Because they go beyond the mind and the body and they see this consciousness. Potential is same with everybody. Same potential. All we have to do is let them know about it, become aware of it. I'm asking you to become aware of your potential. Take another example. Let's say I'm a man, my son is working somewhere far away, and it is about, say, 200 years ago, when it used to take, even just 60 years ago, if you wrote one letter, it used to take 60 days to go to America or England. It used to go by ship. There were no aircraft taking mails or electronic digital media like today. Press of a button, you can talk to someone. Technology has done wonderful things for us. Those days, supposing my son is working somewhere else, 60, 100, 200 years ago, and I'm just about to sitting down to eat my lunch, and suddenly a one man comes, and actually he's a bad man. He's a bad man, he's a liar, he just wants to make me feel unhappy. He comes and says, "Oh, do you know, sir, I want to tell you something." I said, "What? Please join me for lunch." No, I don't want to. I want to tell you something." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "Your son is dead." I said, "What?" And just imagine what will happen to me. My whole world will collapse if I love my son very much, and all of us do. I'm not going to eat, forget about eating, my whole world will go crumbling down. Whereas, my son is not dead. He told me a lie. Imagine another scene. I'm sitting down to eat my lunch, and I'm calling everybody, "Come and join us, whoever is around," because I love to share my food. And actually my son is dead, but I know nothing. Nobody's coming and telling me either a truth or a lie. I haven't got the information. I might get it after 60 days. Notice, son is actually dead. I'm not bothered because I don't know. What does it mean? Just that little message made such a trick to my mind, absolutely took my life for a toss. Where my son is actually not dead. Another kid, son is dead. So what is happening? The mind is playing the game. And those who become enlightened, Nirvana, Buddha, they go beyond that mind, and which is called Jiva Shrishti. And this, our life, our world, is created by Ishvara, by God, whichever name you believe in, consciousness, Chetana, unified field for those who do not believe in God, scientific word, unified field, whichever way. That world consciousness and my world, both mix up together, makes our love, senses, good thing, bad thing, etc. The moment I become enlightened, I go beyond my Jiva Shrishti. I go beyond my this little ideas of likes and dislikes. I love that guy because he always praises me. I hate that guy because that guy hates me, always saying something bad. I go beyond that. I see Shama Drishti. I look at everyone with the divine potential of consciousness, Chaitanya. Even in a bad person, I see that good thing. And I erase the bad and I say, my friend has got this bad quality. He's my friend. I have to make him alright. I have to make him okay. And when you go ahead with this potential, and then you will find your consciousness be able to help your mind focus with intelligence, with memory, with that snake thing. Totally focused, concentrated. You will not get distracted. One more thing. I must play all the time to stay in focus. Whatever I'm doing. Even if I'm watching television, I should be totally focused. If I'm playing with something, totally focused, whether cricket or tennis or studying a book or reading or writing something, totally focused, not paying attention to anything. When you can do that, brilliance will come out with the effect of the consciousness. We have something called 126 bits of attention. So a beautiful example with which I will finish today's session. Vivekananda was asked, why is this so much of concentration, focus you're talking about? He gave an answer to that. He said, suppose your father is shaving with a shaving blade. You take the blade because you wanted to sharpen your pencil. You take the blade and sharpen the pencil. I remember I used to do that. I sharpened the pencil and put the blade back into father's shaving razor. Tell me, will he be able to shave with that? No, it will become blunt because it has used its sharpness in sharpening the pencil. So now, our mind is sharp if I use it for one thing alone at one time. Rapt, R-A-P-T, focus, concentration. Consciousness is there for everyone. I'm not using it for the mind to get focused. I'm using my consciousness. Remember that washerman story I told you? Like the diamond, he used to use it for scrubbing his clothes. Thank God, one day he woke up and showed it to his friend, vegetable guy. He said, very nice, give it to me. I'll give you 10 kg of banana, 10 kg of brinjal. Those days very expensive. He said, no, I don't want to sell. And eventually found out it is diamond. And he became very rich. You will become very rich mentally, intellectually, spiritually, and of course financially, health and relationship. Very good friends. If you just focus that, use the mind for one thing at one time. Make it a habit. If you're using throughout the day in social media, in WhatsApp and Facebook, watching, internet, just browsing and things like that, and then you say, okay, now it is my study time, 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock. It's not going to happen. Mind is going to say, hey, I was having great fun. Why do you want me to suddenly start putting my nose into this? I'm not interested. Mind will not. You must, this is why sit in the morning and at night before you go to sleep to learn to be still. Just 15 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. Be still, and then during that still time, don't move anything. You're allowed to breathe, and with the breath you will feel your stomach will go out and come in. Be conscious. Just be conscious of the breath with eyes closed and be still. Start with that. 15 minutes. You'll find it very difficult. You know the Olympic rifle shooter, the bows and arrow shooter who win the Olympic medals, they say when you go to shoot in the rifle shooting or pistol shooting or bows and arrow, you will realize how much is our body moving all the time. And they learn pranayam, Indian technique, to learn to be still. I wish you have a happy journey with your learning to be still and bring out the excellence from within. I love you all.